YouTube, St. Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk, I wanted to talk about the new generation of Pokemon, the Scarlet and Violet block or whatever. That they're, I consider it like a generation because we just had the Sword and Shield generation, and now we're going into a new Pokemon era with the Scarlet and Violet. And I did get me a couple of booster boxes I wanted to, just put away. And I got a couple packs I opened, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. So this is there's a lot of different things going on with this new Scarlet and Violet era. So number one, obviously, is the borders. Here's a all English Pokemon cards. In the whole, ever since I started 25 years ago or so, have always had yellow borders. I mean, there was certain sets that had like a few cards that that did not have yellow borders. Like I remember the black and white plasma sets, they had some cards that had some blue borders. But pretty much they've always had yellow borders. Now, with Scarlet and Violet, we have the silver borders. And I do like that the silver border is not just a gray color. It does kind of have like a contrast color a little bit, where it's not just one solid color, so it does look kind of silverish, but it is just a gray color. Besides that, the cards look very similar. And you have all your main colors, like this is a flame Pokemon, so it's got the orange background, and then you have the illustration there, and then their attacks, and then a reverse holo. You have one here. So the regular cards do look nice. Here's a reverse holo. Now this is a rare, but all the reverse holos they're a little bit foil. I would never call them holos though. They're definitely not holographic, but they are like a reverse foil. You can see a little bit of a design there in the foil. But this is kind of a carryover from the from the Sword and Shield era, where the reverses are not holos. I need to quit calling them reverse holos because there is no holographic effect. It's just a reverse foil. And I think PSA even on the labels, they do not call them reverse holo. They call them reverse foil. So the reverse foil is back. But you do get 2 reverses per pack now instead of just 1. And then you also get a rare holo card. And here's what the holos look like. I actually really like the look of the holo because all the border is holo also. See, now that's a holo effect, not just foil. So they look really nice, and if you'll notice, the Pokemon does not shine. It's all the background does, so it has a really cool effect. So I really like the look of those. This is a really nice Kamaya artwork. No, it's not. It's Conda artwork. I thought it was Kamaya at first. But really nice looking holos. Definitely nicer looking than... I think these are the nicest looking just regular holos since, I would go back to the Diamond and Pearl era. I wasn't a big fan of the black and white era holos where it was like these vertical lines. And then... see, the XY era had just kind of like a real subtle holo in the background. And then Sword and Shield I did like the Sword and Shield holos better. They were like a vertical line. Black and white was horizontal line. The Sword and Shield had a vertical line on the holos. But these have a really cool, almost like an EX era reverse holo look to them. Holo look with the entire border of the card being holo, and the background really makes the Pokemon stand out. Okay, so here's what a trainer card looks like. This is just a Vitality Band trainer, but very distinct. As far as I think for gameplay, I think the cards are really nicely designed for gameplay. Energies look really nice. Just a basic energy. There's also, I believe there are might be some secret rare energies in this set, if I'm not mistaken. There's another holo. Just show you another example of the holo. And what I found was really cool was the promos. Okay, so this promo was, I can't remember where I got this promo, but look how awesome the promo is. I mean, this looks just like Shiny Legend type holo. All the border has the Cosmo holo. You got the Cosmo holo in the background. I mean, this looks like Shiny Legends from the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Love the look of that card. And again, all the border has the holo. So huge props to the look of the promos that use this Cosmo holo. So those look cool. Here's what the I do like that they're going to the EX era, kind of going to the EX cards. It's kind of a cross between like the black and white / XY generations with the EX cards, but it has the lowercase EX. So that's kind of like going way back to the EX era. And they do have a little bit more of a, if you can just notice, there's these little stars in, as you can see them right there, little stars in the holo that look really cool. I do like the pig, the Oinkaloni. I don't know what you call him, but I do like this pig. So there's some cool new Pokemon. Oh, the backs of the cards, by the way, look exactly the same. Still the normal English back. They have these secret rares, like we used to call them trainer gallery. Now they're secret rares. These look pretty nice with the silver border. The border on these is non-holo, but the rest of the card is holographic and shows like a kind of an alternate art type scene there with the Pokemon. Pretty cool. Not sure what's going on in that picture, but interesting. Kind of sitting in a lab or something. There's like a cooler back there. I don't know. Interesting artworks on these. And these are actually secret rares. As you can see, the number is 202 out of 198. So they are also, these are kind of like in the same slot that you would find like a reverse holo. Alright, now there are double rares. Like this is a card I pulled that's not a secret rare, but this is the Gyarados EX. It's extra shiny. It's got a little bit of a etched holo on it. It's got 2 stars as like a double rare, but really love the look of this card, and it feels special. I really like the look of it. They're not that hard to pull apparently, because this card only sells for like $1. Crazy, and this set just came out. But fantastic looking card. I really like these way more than the V cards. So I'm a big fan of the EX type cards, and I'm definitely going to try to get some for my collection. Now there are like secret art rares. Now this is a double star. I've never seen another person pull this card, so I think it's kind of a tough pull. Maybe it's not that hard to pull. I'm not sure. It's a little bit off center, but it's the Jacques, and like an alternate art trainer type card supporter. And it's got the double rare, and it's a secret rare, number 250 out of 198. So I was able to get 2 of those double rares just in the few packs I opened. So I've also been noticing other people say that the pull rates on the alt arts are way easier to pull in the Scarlet and Violet set than the Sword and Shield alternate arts, which, is awesome for players because now they can bling out their decks with alternate arts and stuff, and the cards will not be that expensive if they're 5 times easier to pull. That's good for people trying to make collections and stuff like that. But people that are wanting to find a really expensive card in their packs, they're probably not going to do that if the cards are so much easier to pull. And I still think people will grade this stuff, but With the pull rates being much easier, the singles prices are going to come way down. And as we can see, like a card like this, that you can get a card like this for $1. I mean, that's fantastic. Fantastic for people trying to make sets. Fantastic for players. So, and maybe not so much for people that are flippers, maybe that are hoping to flip boxes of this stuff. For profits. The boxes are going to go up if there's really hard cards, really expensive cards in the set. And if the pull rates are much easier, the box prices are not going to be as much. So some people won't be happy about the pull rates, but people that just want to make sets and players of the game, I think that was important for Pokemon to make the rare cards, the more desirable cards, a little easier to pull, because they are just impossible to pull in Sword and Shield if you've opened any of that stuff. And that's why you have $1,000 cards in those sets, because just you can buy cases and cases and cases and never pull the card. And also no rainbow rares, which I think is awesome, because the rainbow rares definitely ran their course and didn't seem as special towards the end there. One other thing, though, is the booster box prices are going to always be higher in Scarlet and Violet, because they cost more out of the factory. They're about 20% more expensive right out of the factory. So there's always going to be that extra 20% floor level on how much the booster boxes cost. Now, secondary market might push them below that, but that just means that people will be selling them at a loss if they go below 100, which is very possible. I mean, look at MetaZoo. You can buy this box right here, UFO, for like $40, as many as you want. And so it's all going to go to the supply and demand. That's how prices get set. If the booster boxes are plenty of supply, the price will drop. If they're hard to get, the price will come up. But the introductory price is going to be higher than it was in the previous Pokemon booster box. You could almost always get booster boxes for around $90 to $100 for every set when it came out. I couldn't find them that cheap this time. I did find them for a really good price, but it was not below 100. So that's going to be something that people get used to. And for me, I just simply won't buy as many to put away or to open. I like being able to buy stuff really cheap. So maybe that means that there's going to be more supply out there available if people aren't buying as much, or maybe they won't make as much, which is going to be probably good too for prices. Pokemon is very capable of massively printing things. Maybe they won't have to do so many reprints if people aren't scarfing up all the boxes, because there's a lot of people that just buy boxes and they'll never see the time of day, won't come out into the market. And the more of the flipper types, maybe they'll kind of stay away more in this era than they did in the previous the Sword and Shield era, because there was a lot of people that basically hoarding boxes in that era. So, here's what the booster packs look like, by the way. They seem like they're a little bit of a higher quality paper that they're using for the booster packs, which is cool. I think they just have a little bit different feel to them. Like here's the Darkness Ablaze pack. It's more foily feel on the Sword and Shield, where it's more of a paper / foil feel for this pack. And they did still do the 4-pack arts, which I'm glad. Here's what the 4 different pack arts look like. Some interesting Pokemon to go after. Here's that Charizard. Or not Charizard, the Gyarados. And the little starter Pokemon there. So, that's what the booster packs look like. I'll open up some on the channel. I just wanted to open up a couple to just see what the cards look like and give a little first thoughts on them. I think they look cool. I'm glad it's easier to pull some of the nicer cards. It makes for a funner pack opening. Where, like, I use Evolving Skies as an example. You can open a whole box of Evolving Skies and not pull an alternate art card, where you're probably going to pull some out of a booster box of Scarlet and Violet. So that's going to make you feel better when you open the packs, because it kind of gets frustrating if you don't ever pull that rare card in the Sword and Shield sets. But when you do pull one, man, it does feel good. Anyway, thank you for watching. What are your guys' thoughts on the new cards? Do you like this look of the silver borders on just like the base cards? Do you like the hollows, how they look? And what do you guys think of these promos, man? Promos look really good with that Cosmo. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Later.